We are following breaking news. FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried has been sentenced to 25 years in prison. He was charged for his role in the collapse of what had been one of the world's most popular platforms for trading cryptocurrency. Prosecutors had recommended a prison sentence of between 40 and 50 years for the founder of FTX, but Bankman-Fried's attorneys urged the judge to be lenient. A jury convicted the 32-year-old on 7 felony charges, including wire fraud and conspiracy in November of last year. All of those charges are tied to the collapse of FTX and sister hedge fund Alameda. Our Errol Barnett has been following all of this for us, both inside and outside of the courthouse in downtown Manhattan, and he joins us now. Errol, so we understand that Sam Bankman-Fried actually spoke in court. What did he have to say? Tell us more about what you saw there.
Hey there, Lana. Great to see you. Look, what we just witnessed inside the courthouse you see behind me was the culmination of this months-long trial, the guilty verdict, which, if you remember, the jury came to very quickly last fall. And now we heard from Judge Kaplan as well in his summary, both of Sam Bankman-Fried's statement in the courtroom and what he thinks of this case overall. Sam Bankman-Fried addressed the courtroom, addressed the judge, dressed in jail clothing, a beige kind of shirt and full-body suit with U.S. Marshals standing behind him, which was also noteworthy. And he spoke about how unfortunate it was that customers lost, a total of billions of dollars. He strangely, though, kept coming back to saying that the money always was there and has been there the entire time. He spoke about wanting, saying that he's sorry to victims for things that he ever did, for mistakes that he made. But in the end, Judge Kaplan wasn't buying it. The summary from what the judge found was that he rejected Sam Bankman-Fried's team's claim that damage to customers was zero because the price of crypto has now jumped through the roof. The jury found that Sam Bankman-Fried perjured himself on the stand, lied multiple times during his testimony, and he said that Sam Bankman-Fried took part in witness tampering. By the end of it, though, the judge sentenced Sam Bankman-Fried now to 25 years in a medium security prison, advising that he stay in San Francisco near his family so they can visit him. But the judge was clear in saying that even during his statements in the courtroom, Lana, Sam Bankman-Fried did not seem remorseful. He said there's actually a non-trivial risk he will be in a position to do something bad in the future. The judge saying this is a very serious crime. And so all of the testimony, we also heard from a witness today who says he knows 3 people who've committed suicide because of the financial strain, the emotional turmoil, and the terror that people have experienced since Sam Bankman-Fried gambled with their money and lost $8 billion some years ago. It was quite a remarkable moment in the courtroom today.
And Errol, how does this sentence, 25 years, compare to prison sentences issued to other criminals? You and I have talked about this in some of the other cases that you've covered, so both in terms of white-collar criminals, but other just high-profile cases.
Well, let's think back to Bernie Madoff. This was the man convicted for a massive, widespread Ponzi scheme. He was sentenced up to 150 years in prison. And what's interesting is during remarks from both Sam Bankman-Fried's lawyers and the government, they referenced Bernie Madoff. Sam Bankman-Fried's lawyers saying, Sam was not a vicious person who looked Holocaust survivors in the eye and stole their money. He was just a mathematician who made mistakes. But the government said there's actually no difference between Sam Bankman-Fried and Bernie Madoff because Sam Bankman-Fried looked at people in the eye via Twitter, via the online remarks and misstatements he made. Elizabeth Theranos, you may remember from a short time ago, she was convicted to 11 years. And so this falls somewhere in between, but it brings, and his team will appeal, but it brings to a close a dramatic turn in what was one of the largest crypto thefts, essentially, in U.S. history.
All right, Errol, thank you.